it's Terry from the Builderall training team, and in this video we're going to be talking about the importance of hashtags. So, what's a hashtag? If you're new to digital marketing or new to social media, you just might not know. A hashtag is a type of data tag used on the social networks like Twitter and Facebook, Instagram, any of the blogging services that users can use to make it possible for others to find messages with a specific theme or type of content. So depending on what's going on in the world, hashtags change all the time. They're very dynamic and evolving, and they get created by the users themselves, so that includes an element of uncertainty. So using hashtags is a bit of a trial and error process. To begin using hashtags, you'll want to start using hashtags when you submit any content across all of your social media platforms. A good way to begin that process and figure out what hashtags you can use on any social media content is to ask 5 easy questions. What's the content about? Where's it coming from? What are you doing and using? When is it happening? Who are you with? And how are you doing it? These 5 questions will help spark your creativity to pinpoint hashtags that are relevant to this specific post. You're also going to want to begin to develop core hashtags that identify your brand. For example, here at Builderall, a great hashtag is hashtag Build It with Builderall, or perhaps hashtag The Summer Is Ours. You might consider featuring your company name in the hashtag. So I'll be using hashtag Tune Into Self, and perhaps even hashtag To a T Terry. That will help bring a brand identity to the content I post for Tune Into Self across all of my social media platforms. So you'll want to get out a piece of paper and pencil or create a file on your phone and start taking notes and make note of any hashtags that apply to your business persona and test them out. Another important factor to consider when choosing hashtags for your content, you're going to want to initially, anyway, seek smaller targets and go in for the win for that niche market. Now, what do I mean by that? Hashtags get ranked just like keywords. The larger the participation of users using that hashtag, the harder it is to rank high in the ratings for that hashtag. In the beginning, at least, it's really better to try to capture the rankings on smaller categories of hashtags and capture that market, and then slowly over time increase to try to be competitive with the larger, more generalized hashtags. For example, let's imagine we're posting this image as part of a blog or using it on our website, wherever we're posting it. And we've asked the questions, what are we doing? And we took this picture of this beautiful sunrise on a beach when we were doing our morning meditation. Now we could choose to use the word hashtag sunrise, but when you consider how many people are using that hashtag, it's going to be very hard to rank for that hashtag in the search engines unless you're a famous photographer maybe that takes great pictures of sunrises. It might be a better option to hone in on the location of where that great sunrise is happening and choose hashtag Orlando sunrise. Instead of choosing hashtag meditation, we could use the hashtag sunrise beach meditation. Instead of hashtag beach, A better option would be hashtag Florida Beach. The point being is if you start with a smaller competitive value and rank for that hashtag, you can eventually work your way up and rank in the more general hashtags. Now, how do you find out all of this information? How do you even know what hashtags to research and see where they're ranked? Let's take a look at our Instagram account and I'll show you a good place to begin. Here we are back on our brand new Instagram business account, and now we want to begin to figure out what hashtags we want to use. This search engine up here is a powerful feature, so don't forget you can search for hashtags up there as well. For example, just put in the hashtag. If we put in hashtag Builderall, we see there are, on Instagram, there are 43,229 posts using this hashtag. You can also see that there are 5,291 posts using the hashtag Builderall Business. Moving down, we see there's a little over 1,300 posts for Builderall Brazil, 757 posts for Builderall Mindset. You can search through these hashtags and pick a target that is reasonable for you to achieve. You might want to start with Builderall Mindset and eventually move up and see if you can capture Builderall Business. That's how you would research the rankings of that hashtag on Instagram. Another good technique to use is to, if you're looking for a market, let's say we're doing local digital marketing. It brings up several users that are using that hashtag. We can click on that user, decide whether or not we want to follow them, see what kind of posts they're making, and in that way we can begin to fine-tune and choose the hashtags that are appropriate for our business. So you'll want to keep a list handy, and when you follow somebody, you can check to see what kind of hashtags they're using. So make sure you keep a running list, and when you get inspired about a new hashtag, come here, check it out, see who's using it, and choose the hashtags according to the size of market that is reasonable for you to capture at this time. As important as hashtags are, it's important to remember that content is king. Hashtags will do a lot towards connecting you with your tribe, your audience, people that find your content relevant. But your presence on Instagram cannot be built upon hashtags alone. It always comes back down to that like, know, and trust factor. You don't want to get so caught up in finding the perfect hashtag that you forget about your audience and why you're building a business persona here on Instagram. Here we are at the end of the final video in this series, and I hope you've learned a lot about building your Instagram business account. We've talked about how to customize and choose your hashtags and how you can begin by asking 5 questions just to get started on how to make your hashtags relevant for each and every post. We learned how to research key terms and hashtags for your niche market, and we've learned to keep a running list and test a variety of hashtags as we build our business persona. We learned to begin by using hashtags in smaller niche markets and gradually move to larger targets. By using a variety of small and larger market hashtags, we can begin to expand our profile and reach, which will increase our audience over time. We learn how important it is to be consistent with your brand hashtags across all platforms, and we must always, always be mindful. Build that know, like, and trust factor by building valuable, relative, and entertaining content. In the world of Instagram, content is king. I hope you've learned a lot about how to open up your first Instagram for Business account, and I look forward to seeing you around the community and in another training video.